Yes, guys, I'm Si. Welcome back to Cardiff City World. And this is the Breakdown Extra. And this is 5 key football minds who could revolutionise Cardiff City's football operations. I am really, really excited to discuss this video and go into real detail and depth on each of these candidates. Let me know in the comments whether you agree, disagree, etc. And, don't be afraid to share this with the football club, There's plenty of board members around and people who make decisions, social media. Maybe let's give them a nudge. This is another way that we can, put a little bit of pressure on the football club and tell them what we expect. Tell them that what they're doing at the moment is not good enough. Things need to change. If you keep doing the same things over and over again, expecting different results, it is literally the definition of insanity. Cardiff City World is the home of fan opinion, ambitious ideas, and conversation starters. And this video will be no different. So today we're going to take a deep dive into 5 potential additions to the Cardiff City football operations team. With the club at a crossroads, the right minds off the pitch could be just as vital as the right people on it. We're going to talk about the structure, the vision, the leadership, and the people who can bring all of those things together. Number 1, Osian Roberts, the architect. Osian Roberts, the architect. If Cardiff City want to revolutionise and modernise to build a football identity from the ground up, there is no better candidate than Osian Roberts. The Welsh coach is often referred to as the professor. He's got a background. He was the former technical director of the FAW, assistant manager to Chris Coleman during Wales's legendary 2016 run. He was the technical director to Morocco. Most recently, he was obviously the assistant manager at Crystal Palace, and now he's a director of football over in Italy. He is doing a phenomenal job, did a phenomenal job with all of those parts. He is renowned for his commitment to developing a playing identity which favors like high tempo, possession-based football with a structured pressing system. It's all built from the youth pathways to the top. His time in Morocco saw him create an academy system that they'd never seen before that provided multiple World Cup players. In terms of the recruitment, the development side, Osian Roberts is obsessed with long-term planning. He advocates the use of data analytics and bio-banding in the youth setups. His CV shows that he is the real deal. And he builds sustainable pipelines, not just in the first team, but from the development teams all the way up to the top. Personality-wise, that side of things, he's very charismatic, articulate, deeply respected within the world of football, deeply respected, particularly in Wales, by those Welsh players. His appointment to a football operations position at Cardiff would signify a real intent to reconnect with a Welsh footballing DNA, whilst also modernising the operation of the football club from the top to the bottom. And it really could revolutionise what is already a very good academy system at Cardiff and build that even more towards the first team. And it could be a real game changer. Number 2, another Welshman, Mark Bowen, the fixer. Mark Bowen's a name that does carry weight in Welsh football, not just because of his long-standing presence in the game, his reputation as a crisis stabilizer and a strategic thinker. In terms of his background, he's a former Wales international, of course, former coach and assistant to Mark Hughes across multiple Premier League clubs, director of football at Reading, which is a really interesting little period. Briefly took over as manager there just to guide them away from relegation trouble. He is a pragmatic, he's grounded in realism. Not maybe the flashy choice, but he is the master of putting in place an infrastructure. He'll hire smart backroom staff, manage budgets efficiently, oversee sensible recruitment strategies. He could be a really clever addition to that side of things, to the football operations side of things. In terms of his recruitment record, he, at Reading, he pushed for the signings of key players like Lucas João, Michael Olise. Look at them now flying. Balanced the club's fragile finances whilst also keeping them competitive. From a personality side of things, he's very trusted within the world of football, respected by his peers. He is battle tested. He's been there. He's done that at the highest level. He would bring a discipline and a calm to the club that has lacked direction and clarity for a long, long time. And he could be a clever appointment. Number 3, Stephen McPhail, the builder. A fan favourite returns, but not to play, but to shape the club's future. Stephen McPhail has quietly built a serious reputation as a sporting director at Shamrock Rovers. The former Bluebirds captain was a key player during the club's finest championship years. Post-retirement, he's helped transform Rovers into Ireland's dominant force. He's got contacts in the UK, Ireland, around Europe at the top level. Played at Leeds United, played at Cardiff. He's got those contacts in the Premier League, in the Championship and beyond. He is very, very well respected at Cardiff City and afar. He has particularly good relationships with people like Aaron Ramsey, who knows could end up being a manager at this point. In terms of his philosophy and the way he likes to do things, he really advocates for a blend of youth development and strategic external recruitment. Created a clear identity at Shamrock Rovers, technical, fluid football with an emphasis on team cohesion, which could be vital for Cardiff as they respond and react to going down from the Championship into League One. In terms of that recruitment and development side, key signings under his watch include Jack Byrne, who returned from the MLS, Rory Gaffney and Richie Towell, all experienced, high IQ footballers who fitted the club's system. Shamrock Rovers Academy now feeds directly into the first team, with several of those talents trialing all across the UK Championship, EFL clubs, Premier League clubs. This is a real big thing because he was able to build something from the ground up, and they are reaping the rewards for it now. In terms of his personality, he's humble, but very, very driven, very ambitious. He's a strong communicator with a real keen eye for detail. He knows what it means to play for Cardiff City, and that could bridge the gap between the boardroom and the dressing room, the boardroom and the football management team. This could be a master stroke of an appointment, whether it's a sporting director, head of recruitment, whatever you want to call it, director of football, the technical director, all these different roles that could be done. Stephen McPhail could really, really be a clever appointment, an addition to the team, and he's something that we severely lack. He gets it. He understands what it means to wear that blue shirt, represent Cardiff City and its fans, and it's high time that we had more people who understood that. 4. Chris Badlan, the analyst. Chris Badlan might not be that household name that maybe everyone was expecting on this list. Maybe everyone's expecting some of the usual names that I discuss. But in football circles, he is known as the master of data-led recruitment, strategic squad building. He's a former head of recruitment at Coventry City, Wolverhampton Wanderers. He helped Coventry rise from League Two to the Championship with smart, low-cost recruitment. His model supports coaches who favour attacking transitions, high pressing, flexible systems, but he also built teams to suit the manager. He built teams to suit Mark Robins' high-tempo style. That is key. He will build you a team. Whoever the manager is, he will build you a team of low-cost, talented footballers with a resale value that fit your system. it seems like a no-brainer, does it not? In terms of his history of recruitment, you don't have to look far before you see some huge names that began their careers for minimal fees, or should I say, kicked on in their careers after signing for minimal fees, where he brought them in. Gustavo Hamer, Victor Gyökeres, now one of the most sought-after strikers in Europe, will probably go to Arsenal or United or someone in the summer for 80 plus million. Callum O'Hare, all signed for minimal fees. No, he is known for uncovering those undervalued gems in Europe and the lower leagues, those guys who just haven't maybe been discovered, haven't had that opportunity. And I think that's vital. Having someone who's very adept at using data and analysis is a real big thing in terms of evolving what Cardiff City does and how they go about things in recruiting players, scouting, and beyond. His methodology is simple to explain in some ways. He's heavily reliant on data, video scouting, and character profiles. He balances that with analytics, live scouting to ensure the full player profiles. So when he hands a player profile to the manager or to the board, they will be vast and they will be full, from their personalities to their skill sets and everything in between. He is highly organized. He thrives in collaborative environments. He would modernize Cardiff's scouting structure, and he would increase in efficiency absolutely tenfold. For me, one of the big things that really stands out, apart from his skill set and his ability to use data and analysis, is the way he can work with different managers, collaborate with them, and build them a squad, or help to build them a squad that fits the way they want to play football. That's something that we've been lacking for years. Number 5, Craig Mulholland, the visionary. Our final name is someone whose work at Rangers is quietly being copied across the UK. Craig Mulholland is a forward-thinking football leader who transformed the Ibrox youth and development model. He's a former academy director at Rangers. He spearheaded the creation of the Rangers B team and the Player Pathway project, which have evolved the way that Rangers academy system works and feeds into the first team. He is what you would call an innovative, easy for me to say, thinker, and builds a structure. He created clear steps from the under-16s to the first team. He focused not just on the technical ability, but tactical maturity, psychological profiling. And he also introduced a European-style coaching and sports science integration into those development systems, which then allowed that to progress into the first team. When recruiting and the success with the youth system that he had, he oversaw the development of players like Nathan Patterson, Leon King, promoted cross-border recruitment and European partnerships, building contacts not just in Scotland, but all over the UK and beyond. He is a visionary. He is one of the most highly rated, highly sought after young minds in football. And I think you think straight away, if he's that highly thought of, he's going to be very difficult to get. Yes and no. So, yes, he's highly sought after, but a lot of people want to put him in an academy position to replicate what he did at Rangers, because they're already copying it around the country in the UK. But if you can offer him something maybe a bit broader than that, a bit more excitement, give him a bit of a project to build the club, enhance the academy that's already been built, and build and bridge that more to the first team, look towards the future with the first team and implement some of those changes that he made within the development system at Rangers. Maybe you can implement some of those with the first team. Interestingly, in one of the rebuild episodes that I've got soon, where we talk about injuries and recovery, but we also talk about analysis and sports science and things like that, and the need for Cardiff to evolve and get with the times on that side of things. Maybe maybe Mulholland is the guy to do that and bring it through. He is a visionary, as I mentioned. He's passionate, detail driven. He's not afraid to challenge outdated ideas. He would bring fresh thinking and a future first mentality to Cardiff City. And for me, that is something that we have severely been lacking. I've said it many times. Cardiff City are behind the times. They are behind the times in medical recovery, in injury treatments, in mental health treatments to players, in training methods, scouting, analysis, football structure, social media, YouTube. We're behind in everything. He is a guy who, from a football point of view, could revolutionize it all and bring us up to what could really be a fresh idea at Cardiff City. Innovation, development pathways, and future proofing. That's what I would describe him as. They would be my sentence. Cardiff City does not need an individual savior. What it needs is a strategy. What it needs is a team of forward-thinking football minds to collaborate and take the club forward. Each of these 5 men bring something Cardiff desperately lack: vision, structure, identity, whether it's the tactical depth of Osian Roberts, the steady hands of Mark Bowen, the cultural insight and tactical awareness of Stephen McPhail, the data-driven sharpness of a Badlan, or the futuristic mindset of a Mulholland. The choice will define the club's direction for years. Now, if it was up to me, the choice would probably be very different to the choice of the people making those decisions. But anybody who tells you from Cardiff City that there's personnel's not available or it's not as easy as that to put together a football structure, I've just given you 5 names that absolutely could be game changers for Cardiff City. And just as a little bonus, I'm going to give you a 6th. An honourable mention, if you like. It's someone I've talked about before. So, you will be fairly familiar with him if you watch my content. And to be honest with you, the main reason that he didn't get on the list is because he's recently taken a job. Brian Barry Murphy gets an honourable mention, the cultivator. If Cardiff are looking for a modern football thinker with a deep understanding of player development, tactical nuance, then Brian Murphy is the guy. And he deserves serious consideration. Of course, most recently, he's gone to be a first-team coach. I think he's technical coach at Leicester City. But again, maybe you can tempt him with a certain role off the field. That remains to be seen. But he's a former Rochdale manager. He was the Manchester City elite development squad and absolutely revolutionised that. He led Rochdale to safety in League One with one of the smallest budgets, whilst also playing an expansive, possession-heavy style of football. Then he joined City in 2021. He coached their 23s or their elite development squad to the Premier League 2 title, helped them bridge the gap between the youth team and Guardiola's first team. And for the first time in Guardiola's reign, there is 3, 4, 5 young academy players within that first team squad. And Brian Barry Murphy is the one who set that pathway in motion. He is a true student of the game, promotes positional play, fluid rotations, composure under pressure. These are all concepts that align with Guardiola's philosophy, which meant that he was able to develop that. But he's already shown with Rochdale that he can transfer that to a lower league team. You don't have to be Pep Guardiola's Manchester City to be able to play his style. He focuses on intelligent pressing, technical dominance, and keeping possession of the football. He oversaw the development of players like Rico Lewis, Oscar Bob, James McAtee for 3. They're either in City's first team playing Premier League football. At Rochdale, he nurtured Luke Matheson, who moved to Wolves at just 17. Brian Barry Murphy, he advocates a holistic approach, technical ability, football intelligence, and character. He's comfortable working with both academy pathways, but also external talent integration, bringing players in. His time at City sharpened his use of performance data, tactical KPIs to assess players. He's cerebral, he's calm, and he's very articulate. Respected by the young players and the senior staff alike, brings humility and a quiet authority when he goes about his business. He is ideal for a club that's looking to modernise with a long-term development plan. His Irish background, his cultural understanding of the British game adds another layer to his potential impact at Cardiff City. There's no shortcuts in football anymore. You have to make smart, strategic decisions with a long-term plan. If you're looking for a visionary, you go with Mulholland. If you're looking for a bit of steady guidance to steady the ship, Mark Bowen is probably the guy. If you're looking for someone to build a true DNA, Osian Roberts. Brian Barry's Murphy's Manchester City schooling. If you want to evolutionize everything you do, that's the caliber of mind that you need to build something that lasts. The culture has to change at Cardiff City. Who's going to change it? As always, guys, I would like to know, who would you bring into your football operations team? Who would you give the keys to? Leave a comment below. Share your thoughts. Don't forget, give me detail. Give me context. I'm really interested in your views. I welcome all views. Welcome people to disagree, agree with me. That's fine. But I want to hear your thoughts. Don't forget to share this video around and the video about 5 managers that Cardiff City could appoint, which we dropped yesterday. It's a difficult time for Cardiff City fans. But what we like to do here is we like to debate it. We like to talk about it. We like to start conversations. This has been Cardiff City World. I'm Si. Keep the faith, my friends, and I will see you in a bit.